What is up YouTube, and welcome to a new video on my channel. Yes, it's a different video to normal, but I thought I would try something new. I thought I would react to the upcoming boxing fight. Logan Paul versus KSI and Comedy Shorts Gamer versus Jake Paul.
Oh my god, where are the flying videos? That's what I came here for.
Sorry mate, not today.
So the first match, Logan Paul versus KSI. Oh my goodness, I've been waiting for this. I've been following this for a very long time now, and I've really tried to gather as much information as possible to make an informed decision. So let's start. So the first thing I'm going to say is KSI, he has way more experience than Logan Paul with boxing. He's trained longer, he's been part of an actual boxing event, and he's won. Let's not forget that that win is going to give him huge confidence. And as we know, JJ seems to thrive hugely when he is in an arena full of lots of people. As he said in the documentary, that is what gets him going. And I think that's going to play a huge part in maintaining that confidence through the fight. Because I think when Logan gets into the arena, he's going to have the problem with, oh my goodness, everyone hates me in here. What am I going to do? How am I going to deal with it? And it will be really interesting to see how he deals with it. Secondly, I think that KSI has a distinct advantage purely because of his trainer Vidal. Firstly, they have a great rapport between the two of them. They seem to bounce off each other really well. And Vidal, from that True Geordie interview, he seems great, seems really well informed. He's obviously going to turn pro and could become huge in the future. And I think having someone like that as your trainer, not only because of his pure experience, but the fact that they get on so well, they bounce off each other, it's brilliant stuff. And I think that's going to really help JJ. And that experience is invaluable. And I just think that Logan, yes, he has power. I think that experience is going to help JJ massively perform to a really high standard in the match. Another thing I noticed with this fight is that KSI seems to be more interested in boxing than Logan does. Now, obviously, I get it. JJ's been doing it for longer than Logan. However, there was an interview on a YouTube channel by, what wasn't an interview per se, but it was Bradley Martin's channel. He had KSI featuring on it. And KSI was going into huge depth about the science behind boxing, and it was evident from that he really likes and is interested in the science behind boxing and the real tactical side of boxing. And yes, power is important, as we all know that. Logan is a big dude, but there is so much more to boxing than that. And I think KSI, because of Vidal and because of his general love for the sport, has really studied that hard, and I think that is going to help him hugely. And as Vidal said in the documentary, it's not all about power, and he thinks JJ's got enough of that. However, he thinks that the tactical side of it, the defensive side, is going to be more important for JJ. And let's not forget, JJ has already won a boxing match against Joe Weller, and let's be honest, he destroyed him.
Yes, Joe, he destroyed you.
And yes, if you look back at the match, yes, Joe did not do well. And to be honest, KSI, his technique wasn't great. And I've seen professional boxers analyze this, and it's true, his technique wasn't very good against Joe, but that's because it didn't need to be. I think that experience of winning the first YouTube event, that confidence that he'll gain from that will be so helpful, I believe, in helping him through the tough times in the match against Logan Paul. Because I know in this boxing match, and I think we all know this, is that against Logan, there's going to be some points in the match where he's going to be thinking, I'm on the ropes here, I need to stay calm and deal with this. And I think, yes, all his training will help that, but that confidence from the first fight that he got about maybe dealing a few punches from Joe, that will help him in the long-term duration of the fight. And again, from Joe Weller's video, he mentioned quite a few times that JJ has the ability to make things happen for him. His entire life, from the start of YouTube, he's always walked the walk and talked the talk, basically. People have always told him in his career, no, you can't do this, and he's always proved them wrong. And Joe highlighted that in the video, and he thought, At first he thought the whole thing was a joke, and he looked at him and thought, how are you ever going to get in shape? And then he saw him at the weigh-in, and he was a bit surprised by that. And again, his work mentality seems to be incredible. And Joe again highlighted that, saying that he couldn't believe he was filming a music video whilst training. He was thinking, well, how on earth is he doing that as well? So again, his mentality, JJ's general mentality, I think will help him hugely. Now, in terms of Logan, he's a big dude. He's much heavier than JJ, and he does have an obvious size advantage. Now, the size advantage is helpful, and from the boxing videos I've seen of Logan, when he's hit Bradley Martin and then he hit KSI hit him, I think from what I can gather, Logan hits slightly harder. But I think that it's not about pure strength, it really is about tactics. And I think purely because KSI has been doing this for longer, I don't believe Logan has less of an ability for boxing. He might do, he might not, but we can't judge that yet. But KSI has been training for much longer with a really experienced coach, and his ability to cope with different situations in the ring is going to be better than Logan's. I'm very confident of that. However, Logan does have a tremendous confidence in his general persona, and you see it when he puts out his vlogs. He's got that huge positive energy, and I believe that's going to help him when he gets out into the crowd of people. I think he is going to be shocked because he's going to have thousands of people, shouting abuse at him. Let's face it, no one wants him to win in the UK. And I think JJ is going to be able to cope with that well. As he said, he thrives under that sort of pressure, whereas Logan might find it a bit of a shock. But his general persona, that positive energy, I think that's going to help him through that. I do really strongly believe that Logan is underestimating KSI's boxing ability. And it was quite evident in the face-to-face. It was like, you kept saying, oh, what have you walked into? Like, is this a joke? And I think he's trying to plant seeds in KSI's mind that just because of his general size, he's just going to walk the fight. Completely disregarding the fact that JJ has been trained by a semi-pro boxer who has now just been offered a contract by one of the Mayweathers. So I think he's really underestimating JJ's boxing ability. And as we know, and I've done a bit of research myself, it's not all about sheer power. And KSI has had much more thorough training. And I really think that's going to pay a huge advantage to him. So it's very exciting. But I think he's trying to sort of not think about the fact that KSI has incredible boxing experience. And I think he doesn't want to think about that, because I think as soon as he starts thinking about that, he's going to start to think, okay, I have a chance of losing this fight. Because let's be honest, JJ is the better boxer. No one can argue with that. So my overall prediction is I believe that KSI will win. I think there's not going to be a knockout. I think it's going to be a relatively close match, and I think it's going to be a case of Logan is going to hit some big punches, and KSI may, in my opinion, be on the ropes a few times, but I think KSI's tactics, and I know he is powerful, he's probably not as powerful as Logan, but he is powerful, and I think in the end, it's his wearing down of Logan, which is what's going to win him the fight. I think it may even be a points decision. I don't think anyone will be knocked out, but I think it's possible that the referee might stop the match, but I really do think KSI will win. Now let's talk about the fight between Jake Paul and Comedy Shorts Gamer, or Deji. Now, I'm not going to lie,
Deji is a bitch.
and just for the record, I hate his content. It is, and I quote Harry,
The cancer of YouTube.
But Jake is also, in my opinion, I think he's everything he stands for. Again, Deji quote, I think is not great, and
When I hear him speak, it makes me want to fall asleep, and,
so yeah. But my opinion is, I do think this one, especially if you look at the odds on this, it does seem that the majority of people think Jake is going to win this match. However, I do think people need to remember Deji has a lot to prove in this match. He really, really does. He's always being told he's in his brother's shadow. Without his brother, he'd get absolutely nowhere in life, and all his millions of subscribers wouldn't exist. And I do believe that is true. So I think him winning this match, in his eyes, this will be a huge step for him into proving people that he's not just JJ's brother. The thing is with Deji is I really do doubt his mentality. I think that he's got a very unfortunate ability to not take things seriously when he needs to, and Vidal did mention that he's got a different mindset, doesn't pick things up as quickly, and the whole thing with him dropping Vidal as his coach because of distance, is that a sort of sign of his overall mentality, his overall commitment towards the fight? I'm not sure. Again, Jake's just said he's only had 2 months to fight as well, so I think both of them overall are putting less effort than Logan and KSI, but I think they have less to lose because they have less of a following. But I do strongly believe that out of these two, Jake and Deji, I really, really think it's much more important for Deji to win this, because Deji, his YouTube channel is dying. All he does is cling on to whatever's relevant, the diss tracks, now the boxing. That's all he's done because he knows it's dying. He knows he doesn't have original content. And let's be honest, his channel is mostly his dad. So I think it's more important for Deji. With Jake, he's doing well anyway. He's going to carry on with his vlogs. Yes, he will become a meme probably, as will all the others if he loses, but I think he's got less to lose overall. And for me, I think that Jake is also, again, I think he's underestimating Deji. In the interview with True Geordie, he basically said, there's no way he's training as hard as me. And I was thinking, well, how do you know that? And I think he's using that thought, he's putting that in his head to give him confidence that he's going to win the fight, possibly meaning he's doubting his ability a bit. I don't know, but I think that's a strong possibility. But for me, when you compare the two, Jake is huge, he is strong, Deji is much shorter, and he weighs less as well. So I really do think that's going to pay a big part, because it's a big difference between those two. So I'm going to say Jake Paul wins this fight, and I think it will be a knockout. I think it will be maybe round 4. I'm going to say Jake will knock out Deji. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed my new video. I know it's different from normal, but if you enjoyed, please like and subscribe, and please comment down below. Feel free to write whatever you want, and maybe I'll possibly put another video like that in the future out. So thanks very much, and I will see you guys soon.
Okay, let's react to Jake Paul's diss track. Alright. Good luck, everyone. This is going to be shit. Alright, let's react to Jake Paul's diss track. Champion, it's called. Okay. Alright. Okay. First dig at Deji. Jit and Kwan. Looks like they're being featured. And it's called Champion.
Blood, sweat, tears, yeah, got no fears now. It's my time, heart's beating inside now.
Wait. Sorry. Are you having a stroke, Jake? What? Let's listen to that again.
Blood, sweat, tears, yeah, got no fears now. It's my time, heart's
Oh, what is this?
inside now. People trying to stop me, odds are stacked against me. I'ma show the world that it's better not to dice me, 'cause bitch, I'm a fucking champion, bitch, I'm a fucking champion, grinding work, I do this shit for fun. Phoenix, bitch, I'm rising like the sun. I'm a fuck.
Now that bit was cool. That bit was decent. But what is this, him having a stroke at the beginning? How does this dude think that having this effect on his voice is going to sound good? Mate, it sounds like you've had stroke. Wait. Let's listen to it one more time.
Got no fears now. It's my time. Heart's beating
What is this,
inside
mate?
now. People trying to stop me. Eyes are
I just stacked against me. People try to stop me. What is that, mate? Seriously. I'll tell you what though. Let's just skip to. Yeah, I like this. Decent. Yeah. Basically, the song's good until Jake comes in, and I think that's the case with most of his songs. Pretty much, he features a professional singer for like 80% of the song, and then he adds a little bit, just ruins it. But anyway, tell me what you think of the diss track. I think it's absolute trash. I think it's embarrassing, and yeah, you didn't have much time for it, but it was shit, Jake. It was shit. But yeah, cheers guys. Let me know what you think of the video, and I will see you guys in a bit.